I'm programmed with essential 21st century smack talk. Your mother
is fond of Brainiac.
I got you stuck off the realness. I got you stuck off the realness. I got you stuck off the realness.
So let's just get into it.
What's good, DC? It's your homeboy Spittles, and we're back with yet another news jump. This week has been hectic. Well, let me give you the rundown of what we can expect with this episode of the Daily Planet News. It seems like things are starting to go back to normal. We finally got our bonus this week. We're gonna go over this and who exactly posted all these updates. Is it an AI bot? Is it another developer? Find out who it is. And finally, for our last and most important news story, Nerd of Prey is going to take a deep dive into what's going on with EG7, how much money EG7 is making, and exactly what's going to happen to DC Universe Online moving forward. What's the plan for 2024s? Now I'm going to pass it over to Meps for our first news story.
Hey, Meps here. It seems like the forums are finally going back to normal. We have two updates right here. One from Ender One Game, and this is clearly a developer. He's been part of the team since 2013, as you can see right here on this profile. Member since August 28, 2013. This is where things get interesting. Right here you will see Miguel Daybreak posted the bonus week and new rewards. When you look at the profile, it's been a member since Tuesday. Community relations. Is this a bot? Maybe, but what do I know? I'm your former community manager. Let's take a look at this one more time. So this says developer, and then I say bot. Okay? Right here, Tuesday, bot. Community relations. Developer, bot. Developer, bot. But again, what do I know? Only time will tell.
Bruh.
Until I am proven wrong, we're just gonna go with Miguel, the Daybreak AI bot. So right here you will see the Daybreak bot has posted the bonus currency week for the tarot cards, and they came out with a bunch of new rewards. The Silent Sentinel cowl, the Silent Sentinel cape, the belt, and the godly Wonderpunk hairstyle. Hooray! We got new styles, new stuff to sell in the broker. For the second post, we see right here that Ender One Game developer, not a bot, he posted that the seasonal event for the Valentine's Day will end on March 6th, 2024. So this only means that the St. Patrick's Day event will start on March 7th, 2024, or the following week, March 14th, 2024. Alright.
Hey yo, listen, Nerd of Prey here. Let me holla at you. Nah, real talk. I'm not gonna joke around a lot. I'm gonna keep the jokes to a limit, because I actually want y'all to understand this information. I'm about to go over the EG7 presentation from last year and the current presentation from this year and the roadmap that they got for 2024. How much money does EG7 make? How much money does Daybreak make? I'm gonna go over it all. This information, you're not gonna hear it from let's say your top 2 YouTube channels out there for DCUO, and the reason for is because the press conference right now is only possible to get in if you own a company and are a big investor. So until one of these investors releases the press conference, your top 2 YouTube channels ain't really gonna show you anything on this. So with that said, I actually did the legwork and I went over the books, and they put everything from the press conference into black and white on paper with PDF. So we're gonna go over that in this video right here today. So let's take a look. So here's the chart from last year. We have to go over this information again so that you have some context of what's happening this year. So what this chart shows is that DCUO Online, Lord of the Rings Online, EverQuest 1 and 2, all of those games together bring in about $8,000 a month. In case you don't believe me, don't take my word for it. Let's listen to the CEO of EG7. He'll tell you himself.
But the bar in the back is meant to be the total consolidated gross revenue per month, and then the line charts are with the the x-axis on the left figures meant to be the gross revenue by game.
Don't take it from me, you just heard the CEO of EG7 tell you himself, those games only make $8,000 a month. So how in the world do they afford anyone that's working on development for these games? Well, the simple answer is that Daybreak Games is not just a development company for video games. They are a publisher, and they make millions from publishing, not game development.
Bruh.
Now right here in this article, they released the Daybreak Games MMO revenues. EG7 released the Q3 for 2023 financial report. I'm going to click on that and show you what that all means in a second here. But what I want to show you, to give you more context as to what I'm talking about, Daybreak Games makes all their money from publishing. They just acquired Cold Iron Studios, and Cold Iron Studios is developing a brand new shooter for them, and this is how they're gonna make their millions and millions and millions.
Bruh.
Now let's fast forward to 2024. Right here you're gonna see this is the financial reports. Year-end report, Q4 2023. Look at the date at the bottom, 2024, February 13th. Right here you're gonna see year-end, right? Year-end Q4 report. These are all the reports. This is why most YouTube, or let's just say the top 2 YouTube channels, are not going to share this information. Who in the world has the time to go through all of these PDFs and break this down to you? Here is the way you get into the financial hearing press conference. You only able to get in if you own a company and are an active financial investor in these companies. They did this because last year's presentation showed a lot of negative press towards games like DC Universe Online, which I'm going to show you a little bit of that in a second. But this is why the top 2 YouTubers don't make videos on this, because you have to do the legwork right now to get this information. Don't worry, I got y'all covered. I'm not lazy. I actually went into PDFs and looked up the press conference, all of it. Everything that they're going to present, all the information is right here. It's just a lot. It's a lot to go through. So I'm going to break it down as best as I can for y'all. Here's the CEO, G-Ham, or Jai-Ham. Let's just call him Jet Li. Alright, so right here. Daybreak successfully closed on sale on a non-core IP for $5.9 million. They got $5.9 million to throw around. How do they get this money if only DCUO and all those other games are getting $8,000 a month? That's not how they make their money. That's baby change to them. The way they get their money is by making big corporate deals and publishing. Right here you see $100 million has been canceled. It's disappointing, he says, yet expected because of the issues that are occurring in 2024. You see right here, announcing game delays and cancellations. This is why they had to delay the PlayStation 5 port for DCUO Online. Right here you're gonna see that Daybreak Games has a new title coming out by Cold Iron. Daybreak Game is gonna publish the title. Cold Iron is gonna make the game. Daybreak Games is gonna make billions when they sell that game. It's that simple, right? So right here, my bad, I said billions. Let me admonish myself. Millions, because these games don't make billions, they just make millions. But altogether, this company EG7, they put all these big corporations together to bring in the billion. So right here you're gonna see, he tells you Daybreak, which has been biggest revenue and profit contributor historically, took a back seat. So they had to make a new deal with Big Blue Bubble this year. Big Blue Bubble is one of their top game makers right now. They make mobile games for EG7, and most of their millions is coming from this company, not Daybreak. You can see right here that combining Daybreak, Big Blue Bubble, and Piranha titles, EG7 currently operates 10 live service games. It also shows right here that revenues and cash flows with a high degree of predictability. Net revenues from this portfolio in Q4 amounted to $271.7 million, corresponding to 57.4% of net revenue for the group. Do you understand what that means? Probably not. I don't either. Let's keep on going. Following the period of reducing the overall risk of increasing cash generation, EG7 has initiated several new growth initiatives, including 3 significant projects such as Piranha's Mech Warrior 5. This is a mobile game. This is how they make a lot of their money through mobile games. You see right here, EverQuest is along the lines of World of Warcraft. Is a very old game. H1Z1 is one of their main breadwinners. They say that H1Z1 is the first game to inspire Fortnite. My Singing Monsters, they make 155 million from this game. So right here, their third-party global brands consists of DCUO, Dungeons and Dragons, Lord of the Rings, and Magic of the Gathering. These are their back burner games. That's all it is. DC Universe Online is not their main money maker. So how does it stay alive while they make all this other millions of dollars with these other projects to fund the baby projects at the bottom like DCUO? Honestly, a lot of y'all that have been playing DCUO for a very long time, you should be grateful that this company came in, because without EG7 doing all this crap, I think the game would have shut down a long time ago. So right here, let's continue. You're gonna see that EG7, 7 game development, live operations. Dimensional Inc. is the studio that works on DCUO, not Daybreak Games. Let me repeat that. Dimensional Inc. works on DCUO, not Daybreak Games. Daybreak Games publishes it. Completely different thing. Now let's take a look of what these big mega publishing companies make for their fourth quarter. Daybreak contributed net revenue of 198.9 million. Not from DC, from their publishing works, from all their other deals that they're doing. Right here you will see Big Blue Bubble, right here 192.7 million from them. That's the net revenue they're bringing in. Now Piranha down here is at the bottom, only bringing in about 25.3 million. Piranha's not bringing in a lot of money. Right here it also says looking forward 2024 will be a special year for Daybreak as it celebrates big anniversaries for EverQuest franchise. Both EverQuest 1, EverQuest 2 will be reaching major milestones. Do you see DC Universe Online in this timeline? No, you do not. On the investments from Daybreak is collaborating closely with Cold Iron on its new title. Do you see anything about DC Universe Online in here? No, these are all plans for brand new games, brand new development for these new titles coming out, and for, of course, the dang EverQuest. That's the oldest game in the world, just like World of Warcraft. Right here you will see Piranha is working on Mecha Warrior. All they care about is Mecha Warrior for 2024 and 2025. You don't see nothing of DC Universe in here. Why? Because it's a back burner game.
Bruh.
Now let's get into the EG7 2024 presentation. Unfortunately, I can't get in to see the press conference live, so I had to download the PDF and show you that instead. So this is the PDF of the actual press conference. These are all the slides that the CEO of EG7 is going to present. So right here you can see in the summary they have all the numbers for the fourth quarter of 2023, and they have a 2024 approach and an outlook. Right here is EG7's net revenue, full 2023 results. Net revenue of SEK 2.05 BN. What is that, a billion? Oh man, that's insane. But right here you're gonna see more in the slides as we go down. Industry impact. Pay attention to this one. You see right here, work for hire business weakness, service business project delays and cancellations. Now check this out. What does these delays and cancellations mean? Well, what they're referencing is what they showed us last year at the last year presentation, where they shut down high-risk projects, Minimal Effect, Block and Load 2, IGI, and 83, and the biggest one, Marvel Universe Online. Why did they cancel Marvel Universe Online? Well, it would compete with their own IP of DC Universe Online. Think about it. It would be counterproductive. It would make DC Universe Online fail. They would have to shut DC Universe Online to make a Marvel. Bad business. If you don't believe me, let's listen to Jet Li himself.
So actions taken, shut down a bunch of stuff. Minimal Effect, Lock and Load 2, IGI, and 83, and Marvel, a big one there. Difficult one, but nonetheless the right choice.
So right here, this is their approach for 2024. They got active risk management. They're going to have long-term plans and all this good stuff. But when we scroll down a little bit, we're going to see the 2024 outlook. This is where it gets important right here. Pay attention. The overall industry weakness likely will continue. That is speaking of behalf of all the layoffs that we're seeing in the gaming industry. You're going to see right here, the levels are below 2023 peak, but this is where it gets important. Main highlights expected for the year. Mecha Warrior 5 plans release in 2024. Core Keeper releasing on console 2024. EverQuest 25th anniversary and EverQuest 2 20th anniversary. Do you see DC Universe Online in here? Yeah, we're going to get a PlayStation 5 port, but is it going to be delayed again? Most likely. If we do get it, when they have it, when they scheduled it, I'll be surprised. But honestly, I'm expecting it to get delayed again. Right here, they're basically talking about their My Singing Monsters. This is like a mobile game. This is how they make their money. They make their money mostly through mobile games, and of course, Daybreak Games Publishing. The summary is stronger company today compared to where it was last couple years. Overall gaming industry has been under pressure and likely to remain so for 2024 and all this crap, yada yada yada. I'm done with this. In conclusion, I could see maybe only 2 DLCs releasing this year for DC Universe Online, and I'd be surprised if that PlayStation 5 port and Xbox Series XS port is on time. I honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if it gets delayed again. I mean, if you pay attention to everything these companies are saying, Daybreak and EG7 included, they literally have nothing planned for DC Universe Online other than that PlayStation 5 port. And to make things worse, they believe EverQuest has a stronger community than DC Universe Online. So what's gonna happen to DC Universe Online in the future? Will it ever get shut down? I honestly don't believe it will get shut down for many reasons. It's the only MMO that is superhero based. I mean, we have 15 powers in the game. Most MMOs don't even have 7. Those of you who keep on saying new powers, bro, be happy with the 15 y'all got, because I'm telling you, most MMOs don't even have 7. I'm telling y'all, bro, look it up. So DC Universe Online, it's its own flavor flav, you feel me? The only game that can compete with it is if they would have made a Marvel Universe Online. And it makes sense why they canceled it, because DC Universe would have failed completely if they released that dang Marvel Universe Online, you feel me? Here's a Wikipedia page of Daybreak Game Company. Now, I know a lot of you are going to say you can't trust Wikipedia because anybody could just put information in here. And although that's true, however, if you look at the track record Daybreak has in here, and of course, there is a lot of references and links in this Wikipedia. If y'all don't believe none of this information, you can click on the references and double check, fact check it, you feel me? But right here, look at their track record. This is all the games Daybreaks have published in the last however many years. Back in November 30th, 1997, this game closed. The EverQuest, 1999, right? It's still active, right? It's co-developed with 989 Studios, right? We got this other game right here, Windows, closed. Look at all these games that Daybreak was in charge of, publishing-wise, and closed down. Right here, this one's interesting. The Star Wars Galaxies, they had to shut this down because the licenses with LucasArts ceased. When it comes to licenses, right, they're usually done in a 10-year time frame. So for example, EG7 comes in, purchase Daybreak. Daybreak has a license agreement with WB Brothers, Warner Brothers Studios, to make DCUO continue. in order for DC Universe Online, the licenses need to be renewed every 10 years. So when is the licenses need to be renewed again? Well, there's no clear information on that other than WB, Warner Brothers Studios, having the 10-year contract. Now, what I can tell you is that when EG7 first purchased Daybreak, they had a 10-year plan for development for DC Universe Online, and this was back in the year 2020. So that would put us directly smacked in the year 2030. So if that's true, by the year 2030, if they don't renew the licenses for Warner Brothers Studios with DC Universe, DC Comics, well, unfortunately, DC Universe Online will get shut down right after that. Now, I'm not telling you all of this to be negative or to hate on DC. I actually like DC Universe Online. It's a shame what the devs have done to this game over the last 13 years. There's a lot of potential in this game. I actually have a lot of ideas that would better the business model and how the game should be ran. But unfortunately, the devs don't care what I think, let alone they don't care what any of us gamers think. So with that said, this is the last time I'm gonna go over this information. This is probably like the 4th video I've made on this company EG7 and what they're doing to this freaking game DC Universe Online. I'm done with this, y'all. With that said, I'm out.
I got you stuck off the realness.